Once again, it's been another extraordinary year. And I suppose the three standouts for me, against a busy backdrop of where we continue to provide a nuclear deterrent, we continue to look after our airspace with our Typhoons ready to respond at a moment's notice. But the big three things are our support for Ukraine, and particularly the British Army, and we've now reached 30,000 Ukrainian soldiers that we've trained. In total, that's over 50,000 when you add in those from 2014 that we've been training all the way through.
Without the over £1 billion of equipment, without all of the training that we've done and the advice that we've provided, then Ukraine would not have been able to stay in the fight. We are the largest per capita contribution outside of Ukraine. But I think the most important thing is to talk about the personal impact it's had. First of all, on the Ukrainians themselves, where the bond that we have forged with all those who have been volunteering and being prepared to sacrifice their lives for the defence of Ukraine is incredibly strong. We know how effective it is. The Ukrainian commanders look for and ask for those who've been trained in the UK, and we know from intelligence that the Russians can tell when they've been trained in the UK and have a great respect for it. But the most important thing, I think, is the bond that's been felt by those of us and those of our soldiers who've been training them, because in many cases they know that these are soldiers who may not come home. And that is quite personal.
I think all of them, to a person, have been moved by what it is to train, work alongside, and just contribute a small amount to people who are fighting for their country's very freedom. And I think it pushes the sailors and Marines of the Royal Navy to just go that extra yard to support them. It has been a deeply impressive process that we've been part of. And I think it sets quite an example for us, not only in the training we give them, but in the way that we then see them respond operationally and innovatively to the current challenges they face on the battlefield, and which they share back with us for our own learning processes as well.
The second one is I'm really proud of the way that we responded to the crisis in Sudan. We were the lead nation. We rescued over 2,000 people, and we rescued people from over 20 nations. And that was a great pan-defence effort. And then the other enormous pan-defence effort, which I think really did impact on the nation, was the coronation. And our role in that, supporting the monarch, representing our country, and being the best that we possibly could be.
All of the armed forces, and the Air Force in particular, perform with absolute precision and great pride. And for me personally, perhaps, I was lucky enough to be here in London when we had the fly past for the first King's birthday parade, and watching the fly past that had originally been planned for the coronation that was defeated by the weather on that day was a really proud moment for me.
So I suppose the moment that would stay with me is the 3 cheers that we gave their Majesties after the coronation in the gardens at Buckingham Palace. I mean, it was a moment to put the hairs up on the back of your neck. The volume of the 3 cheers was so loud, was so emphatic, that I swear the King almost visibly flinched and took a step back.
And seeing the King's face, both when he came out and saw this amazing spectacle, but it was just the wall of noise, that was amazing. And a real privilege to be there, representing all of our armed forces, representing defence, our civil servants that enable all of this to happen. But that's probably the big moment.
Thanks for watching. For more from Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.